call to order the meeting for the Raleigh Planning Board for Wednesday, December 21st, 2016, 7:30 p.m. There are two items on the agenda. We have a 7:30 continued public hearing, which I'm going to open with. Continued public hearing for the special permit and site plan review modification pertaining to 428 Newburyport Turnpike, map 18, lot 3-1. It's new building construction in the business light industrial zoning district. Tonight we're shorthanded without a quorum, so I think we're without a lot of discretion to do much on this matter, except
We can open the meeting.
well, we can.
Does it not?
I think our one option here is to continue it.
Yeah,
We can continue the meeting.
To continue to the next meeting date, which is January 11th.
Right,
Scheduled meeting date.
And again, because we don't have the quorum, we're going to need to do that. So if we can,
So we'll continue the meeting.
so I can get a motion to continue the meeting.
We probably want to suggest the time.
Okay, so we're going to motion to continue the meeting to January 11th at 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30 would be.
Okay, so January 11th, 2018, and
17?
2017.
Yeah, I prefer not to wait a year. All right.
That's next year.
We're going as fast as we can on this. All right, so we have that motion, yes?
Motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so we're going to continue the hearing, and I apologize to anyone that's made it out here tonight for that. Because of the last minute inability to call a quorum, we're going to have to put that off until then, all right?
It's the 11th at 7:30?
January
Yeah.
11th, 7:30.
Thank you.
We'll see you then.
See you then.
All right.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
gentlemen.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Have a nice holiday.
I'll be in
Thanks.
touch with Larry tomorrow and try to find out, discuss with him about
Okay.
what his intention was.
Okay.
Good, wonderful. Take care.
Thanks again.
Good night.
Bye now.
Good night.
Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Hello. 2,
Okay, yeah.
2.5.
Was that worth your while as much as ours?
So Dave, I'm going to make it over.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
he
so.
wouldn't be here until 8:30.
And Curtis is.
Yeah, Curtis is still, he was coming from Europe.
And I guess,
Wow.
And Cliff had some other engagement.
Yeah,
so
he
that
had
was
a pine,
inconvenient.
because he asked me to come, because he wouldn't be here for Pine Grove School.
Oh,
It was a selectman's duty.
yeah, oh, yeah.
right, he's got that feasibility study for the Pine Grove Public School. I saw him at around 6:30, so I guess he was on the job. I can vouch for that.
On the job.
Yeah.
He wasn't shirking his duties.
That's good. Yeah.
Working.
Oh, so we have to wait till 7:45 to,
Yeah.
To do the same, I think.
And I already told Ed Jorolowitz, the sign contractor,
Mhm.
what the deal is, and he was fine. He wasn't going to be here tonight, and so
All right, so we were gonna look at the
yeah,
COV on that.
yeah. Which
But,
actually you should have in your packets, or I can get it. I can get
Is
you
that a
some-
packet over there?
That's just an agenda.
Yeah, I didn't print the packets. Do you want me to? Can I borrow yours?
Well, we can't vote on anything anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can get you. I'll send you a copy in the email. But oh, that's fine. That's fine. But I'll just send you a copy. Another copy.
So one thing that's part of a closed meeting is the Raleigh Village signage. That was the sign where out at Raleigh Village they've got two types of lighting, uplighting and downlighting.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
sign ordinance does not allow uplighting yet. We found after doing an informal survey, there's about a dozen properties of pretty good stature in town that have that uplighting that violates the statute with no enforcement. And yet we have an applicant coming forward that's asking us to approve what he has there, which includes this signage this lighting that violates the ordinance. So we were all kind of going back and forth on what to do with it, because it seems, on one hand, we don't have the discretion to approve it. On the other hand, to deny him what everyone else in town does as a matter of course seems almost like we're singling out one commercial property
I
owner
mean, maybe
for.
we should take it by case, like, if you drive by and it seems like it's unsafe, or in your eyes,
Well,
or going to the heavens.
I mean, and that's.
Not all uplighting goes all the
well,
way.
with the Institute for Savings,
Yeah.
when you come from the west side of Raleigh across, it's fine. But when you're coming from the east side going west,
Oh,
as
is
you
that
come
right?
around the hill, you can see the light under the sign. And it's right at you. But the other way, it's fine, so.
Well, that's definitely the
That's
reason why the town voted against it, was that, because, you know, when it's on the ground level, it can easily resemble a headlight,
Yeah.
you know, and it can certainly cause a hazard depending on how you catch that thing.
Yeah,
But at the same time, the town seems like through the ZRC, the zoning review committee, there's some emphasis towards reviewing that portion of the ordinance so that perhaps we're gonna change it. So, while we are looking at the COV for this guy's application, we could say nothing at all about his uplighting and then leave it to him to decide whether he wants to operate it or not. We could prohibit it, which would be consistent with the zoning bylaw, but inconsistent with the enforcement of everybody else.
right,
Or take that neutral position, which I'm sort of inclined to do, which is just to not make a decision on his application at all, because he's in no hurry, and he's already
You're
operating.
talking, well,
Yankee Village.
the 300 Newberry.
300 Newburyport, right.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, which, and like, we're meeting next week, the ZRC, that's on the agenda to talk about.
Right.
Sign
Yeah.
lighting, so.
So I mean, I may talk to the applicant, but I mean, there's no
I think-
timeline to make a decision, and where the ZRC, what we could do is approve what he has and be silent on the uplighting. And
Well, I
then,
think with the.
and then when if the ZRC changes the ordinance, what he'll have will be brought into compliance by the change in the ordinance.
that sounds good.
Or just delay a decision pending the ZRC
And let him
recommendation.
still light the sign and,
Yeah,
well, that might be even better, just,
yeah, because I don't think, you know, as long as we're not saying take it down, he doesn't care if we approve it or don't make any decision on it, I don't think. But I'd rather, when we do approve it, I'd rather approve what he's,
Well, we actually already, that one, there was an approval.
well,
like-
we haven't signed this.
Well, yeah, well, that's technically, it's actually been voted on.
Okay,
And we've written it up. We could sign it, and I think the reason we were waiting was to figure out what to do, or to ask the entire board what to do about that, because that's gonna create a situation where he's gonna have to dismantle that bottom
right,
fixture.
yeah,
And whether we wanna
Yeah.
do that, or do we want to just, proceed with the ZRC process
mhm,
and actually amend the bylaw so that these fixtures that are attached and uplighting, that are, attached fixtures to the sign, but they're uplighting, that they're no longer, because there's so many examples of those and none of them are offensive,
yeah,
in any way, so.
right, so to act, I mean, one proposal was just to say his downlighting's approved, and in doing so, make no comment on his uplighting.
right, that's, yeah, it's so complicated.
They mentioned at
Right.
one time, they just disconnect the water lights for now. I mean, that was really,
Right. What we can't do is approve his uplighting until the ZRC acts on it, because then we're doing something without
Right,
the discretion to do it. I don't know, and yet we don't know what the ZRC is gonna do. I mean, the ZRC said they could take it under advisement and sit on it for 5
Yeah,
years.
this is
Yeah,
more based on what we,
Right.
yeah,
based on the planning boards.
Because, I think, I agree with you say, that there's a number of examples around town where people do it in a way that doesn't interfere with public safety and doesn't create any kind of nuisance or trespass or light on others. That doesn't mean the next one will.
right,
And it doesn't mean that even if the ZRC recommends it to the planning board holds the public hearing and recommends it to town meeting, it doesn't mean that at the town meeting it
It'll
won't
fly.
be,
yeah,
Right.
it could be,
yeah,
there could be resistance to it. I don't know, I would think that there are plenty of businesses out there that would like the uplighting.
Right.
And that would support it, but it's hard to say for sure that you couldn't have opposition show up at the town meeting,
right,
so it's not a guarantee that it would sell through.
Right. I just don't like the idea of passing a permit that we know is gonna be violated. We expect is gonna be violated. It kinda takes it, makes it sort of a meaningless process to,
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's the whole issue of the issuance certificate of occupancy or the occupancy permits that,
yeah,
and while it's not really associated with that now, but in the future, if there is a compliance issue, and they want to bring another tenant in, then that would be one of the things that you would apply.
right, Okay.
So we could always catch it later if it's still an issue, but since we're thinking about amending the bylaw, maybe it'd be better to go in and sign off on the decision letter and let them proceed with that,
mhm,
and then see what happens at the next town meeting, and if all goes well, then it's not really an issue.
right,
Different angles here to play, huh?
Yeah, but if it doesn't go well, then you just wait till the next time it comes around, asking for an occupancy permit.
and then we can deal with the
and then
enforcement
deal
if
with-
it's,
deal with it
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, well, that's where you're kind of, because he has
Yeah, but
business
even-
changeovers.
right,
Yeah.
and even that though. He has business before us, he wants something from us, so we could potentially hold him up if he's not in compliance. Well, just because his neighbors don't have business before us doesn't mean they should be able to get to run,
Right.
a non-compliant condition in perpetuity.
Right.
Uh,
It's
I
hard
almost-
to
yeah.
just wanna make it fair for
Right.
everyone.
and I,
Well, it affects him in the way that he's looking for tenants, and he'll want to comply, if it affects,
but even there,
the
if he gets a
process.
tenant in there that says, okay, well, I wanna rent the space, I wanna make sure I have adequate lighting on my signage,
Yeah.
and I notice your sign isn't in compliance with the permit you hold,
Yeah,
that could be a problem for him.
Mm.
And I don't, it really am, so if we held off on making a decision,
yeah.
he wouldn't, like I said, we're just trying to kill, 5 minutes with some conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so,
I think I think it's reached.
okay, good, so let's move on to the next item on the agenda, which is a continued public hearing for review of certificate of vote for approval of a special permit for a freestanding sign lighting at 414 Haverhill Street, the new medical office daycare building, map 14, lot 34-1. Again, we're shorthanded and without a quorum to take any action on this, so I think we have very limited ability to do anything other than potentially entertain a motion to continue this matter to January 11th.
We should continue this matter till January 11th.
And I was gonna suggest at 8:05, because we had set, we had reserved really the 7:30 slot for the 428 Newburyport Turnpike,
Mm-hmm.
7:50 for 42 Newberry Road, which was that OSRD.
It's already on there.
Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
on there.
Okay.
And then after that, we would have this one, which would carry over from this meeting, and then we got 2 new public hearings
Oh, boy.
Very busy night.
coming up. Yeah, it's gotten kind of busy, hasn't it? Those are 2 new applications that just came in, and they're in time for us to meet the advertisement, so they can get on the January 11th. So one is the kennel at 104 Newburyport Turnpike, and Mr. Bernhardt, which we've actually met before.
Mhm.
He had originally wanted to have a kennel in Erica Leahy's site at 317, 321 Newbury, or Haverhill Street.
But this is the guy that, well,
Yeah, but kennel's not allowed in the RE district, but it is allowed in the BLI. So that's why he's looking at 104 Newbury. And then Herrick, we had a A&R just a while
Yeah,
back
yeah.
for Dodge Road,
Yeah.
which had a common driveway. Well,
Mhm.
they submitted the common driveway
okay.
site or special permit site plan. So that's going to be at 8:30. So looking at 5 continued.
Wow. Okay, well, then we have to stagger them. I'm okay with that. 8:05. So we have a motion to continue the public hearing for the review of the certificate of vote for 414 Haverhill Street until January 11th at 8:05. I'll second that
Second.
motion. All in favor?
Uh,
Aye. So we got unanimous, we could carry, we're gonna continue those two hearings. And because we're, without a quorum, I'm gonna continue the rest of the meeting as well, okay? So, with that said, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, good night.
Oh, good night.